Hello, and welcome back. It has been a long time, my friends, since I have been on YouTube and posting and all the things. It's been months. I have been going through the things, but one of the promises I made to myself is one of not wasting money, not even consistency, not wasting money. What does that what does that mean in this context? I've been paying money to my StreamYard, to my I think we got an account for Riverside and we have an account for Buzzsprouts for, the podcasting. That's money going out the door every single month for me not to be consistent. All right. So I was like, let me get back on into this. And if you found this video, you have made it out of 2025, honey. You have made it out. You are okay. You have survived. You are living. You have done. You are here, and all really is well. 2025 was a year that really challenged a lot of people's ideals of self identity, and it really challenged people's idea of who they were planning to be to the world and what do they hold dear, right? 2025, for anyone who studies numerology, was a 9 year. It was a year of endings. Humans live in 9 year cycles. It was the year where the doors were closing, things that weren't supposed to be were falling away. Some people were, impulsive and malicious and they shut doors that they probably shouldn't have shut, but that's a part of it too, right? These are all experiences, these are all lessons. But for a lot of us, 2025 posed challenges that had to do with us really trying to gain a bit of understanding around what's my purpose? Where's my clarity? What should I be doing next? And for me in particular, I realized that these are all just experiences. Every last thing that we're going through, these are all just experiences. We can choose to internalize them and identify with them, meaning we can allow what someone does, what a situation ends up being, what's happening around us, the economy, the administration, the everything. We can embody all of that stuff and make that a part of our identity, or we can make a conscientious decision that it's time to float on high. It's time for us to excel. It's time for us to elevate. It's time for us to realize that, listen, fear and being in the flow of negativity, we give that energy by consent only. We dive into those experiences and stay there by consent only. So we need to make a decision as a collective whole that, you know what, we're not going to have a year like 2025 again. We're not going to have a year where we are inundated with fear, anxiety, pain, frustration, led by a few people. We have to do something different. And there's a few places that we got to start for 2026. And if you have found this video, you are feeling challenged, a little nervous, but very much ready to go into 2026. You have decided, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it because what do I have to lose? And you're right. It is time for us to do what we need and want to do. It's also time for us to play the game in a way where we bypass the rules. Because the reality is, the people who made the rules and their descendants, they're not following any rules. Every human being has the freedom and sovereignty on this planet to be a free person on this planet. Everybody does. We have to start behaving that way. We have to start behaving like we own ourselves. And in that, we have the power to choose what we want to embrace, choose what we want to give our energy to, choose what we want to give our attention to, choose what we want to pour into. Every time we're on social media, every time we're paying attention to anything, we're pouring energy into it, we're feeding it. So we have to be more diligent about what the hell are we feeding? Because this stuff ain't feeding us. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. It's cheap dopamine. It's cheap anger. It's cheap frustration. And the difference between 2025 and 2026 is 2026 is going to be a year of birth, new birth. It's going to be a year of self benevolence. And let's talk about that. Benevolence is a word that literally means to wish well. It's a Latin term. benevolent to wish well. So when I talk about self benevolence, my thought is, how are we wishing ourselves well? How are we navigating through what's going on in the world, in our local communities, and internally in wishing ourselves well and living in a space of wellness, holistic 360 wellness? And when I think about that, I'm not talking about just, oh my God, I want to live in a land of delusion and manifest this new material bourgeoisie experience. That's passe. We're over the materialism. It's time for us to treat ourselves well by mind, body, and soul. How are we centering ourselves? Not centering the experiences we have, but how are we centering ourselves? How are we giving ourselves the time to cry, to laugh, to be? How are we giving ourselves experiences that open us up and open our minds up to something new and something evolved? Everybody's always talking about vibrating higher and don't even know what that truly means. And the simplicity of it, a part of that is self benevolence, to wish yourself well, to stand in a space of, let me try these one or two things in this next year that I'm going to do as often as I can. Don't even make a stringent, I got to do this every single day. No, as often as you can, make a decision that I'm going to do these things because I deserve it. I deserve to be in wellness. I deserve to eat well. I deserve to have my health, because without your health, you don't really have anything. Ask anybody who's been sick. Without that health, you have nothing. How can you really center yourself in a way that does not put other people out, that's not egotistical, that's not non compassionate and non benevolent to others, but you can make sure that you are in a space of wellness and wholeness? Because the reality is, every single war starts in the mind of one person and it spreads. Pain starts in the spirit and body of one human being and it spreads like a cancer. So if you, your individual self, can step out into the world and choose self benevolence, to like, yo, I'm showing up and I'm being in wellness, and I'm here to experience the goodness. I'm here to provide goodness and love, and I'm here to receive goodness and love. That is what is going to spread. And in 2026, that's what we need. That's what we need. We need examples. We don't need people praising good people. We need more good people. We don't need people praising, for instance, Jesus Christ. We need more Christ like figures birthing and showing who they are. We need more human beings on this planet who are willing to give the good, experience the good, wallow in the good, and share the good. But if part of that starts with just stepping into the benevolence of being the good, you deserve that. As 2025 comes to an ending, and as you step into 2026, be okay with being benevolent to self. And I say 2026 is a 1 year for those who study numerology. It's a 1 year of new beginnings, new birthing, or doors opening, opportunities spreading, right? It's a 1 year. Now, you should do your own numerology to see what personal year you're in, because whatever personal year you're in is going to dictate how fluid the 1 year is going to be for you. But just make sure that you are doing that right. And I'll do a whole separate video about how to calculate your personal year, because I think that's a very important thing to do, to track what cycle you're personally in as it relates to the cosmos, as it relates to everything around you. But this 1 year is the general theme, and birthing. And what anybody who's birthed a child, even if you haven't birthed a child, when you're birthing something new, a new creation, it's a whole generation of energy. It generates energy like starting a new fire. It takes more energy starting a fire than it does to maintain it. So as you're starting this new year, as you're starting this new birthing process to push out whatever idea, creation, whatever you have, know that this final push in the next couple of months is going to really seed you for years to come. Be fearless in birthing that. Be fearless in letting that out. All right. Be fearless in giving those last bit of pushes and don't let nobody interfere with that. All right. But think about this as well. Self benevolence and birthing, they go hand in hand. To have a smooth, strong, empowering birth, you have to put some self focused time in and you got to nurture yourself at the highest energy so that you can birth smoothly. Right. You can birth smoothly. And when I talk about birth, everybody births things, men and women. To birth and renew something out into the world is a feminine archetypal thing, but it's something that every human does because every human is both masculine and feminine. So even I'm talking to my men who are, the 900 and some subscribers I got. Okay, well, thank y'all for being here. Um, be okay with birthing. Be okay with like, hey, this I gotta get this last push out. And it's gonna take more energy. It's gonna take more energy. Push it through. You got this. And welcome to 2026, a year that's going to reap beautiful reward and love and connection and empowering signs. And it's going to be a year that is going to really cement you for years to come. So be ready, okay? But start with yourself because you deserve it. Thank you for joining me. I'm Phoenix Jackson, and this is Unfolding Us. And I appreciate your time and I appreciate your energy.